Now, a couple months ago, I wanted to know the average Earth temperature every year for the last 100 years. So a couple months ago, I put into Google, give me a chart for that thing, right? What it gave me was the EPA.gov website, right? And it took me directly to their chart on their site, okay? And this chart was 2 columns. It was 4 pages. It was 2 columns, though. First column was the year. The second column was the average temperature of the Earth, right? So it went back 150 years. It went back to 1875. And then I had to, 1875 here, and then on the other side be the average temperature. Then next, 1876, and so on, all the way up until today, right? Now, and in the last 2 months or however long it's been, I have done that same exact process to see this chart, okay? Probably about 8 times, okay? 8 times. Every time nothing goes wrong. Now today I wanted to show my sister the chart, so I go into Google, I put my search thing in, I go down to the link I had, which was the EPA, click on the EPA, no chart. No chart. What they did have, though, was another chart, okay? And it went back 100 years instead of 150, which is no big deal. But what I noticed immediately about the chart was that the y-axis was elongated, okay? Which means that the high peaks and the low troughs will be more predominant. You'll think that they're bigger than they really are. You know what I mean? Think of it this way: if you have an inch, right, and that represents a degree, right? Then you see 1 degree, it'll be an inch. But let's say you elongate or stretch out the top and bottom, right? Like they did. They elongated it. And let's say you make the 1 degree a foot tall, right? Now when you see it, you're like, oh, wow, that's a big peak. You know what I mean? That's why they elongated the y-axis. The second thing I realized was that the temperatures were made up, because I almost memorized what, I know that's 150 temperatures. I'm not saying I memorized every one in order, but I went through them and made sure, the highest and the lowest, okay? And the highest, okay, was like 54, something like that, 54 degrees. So, anyways, I think, oh, wow, they changed, first of all, they manipulated it by making the a y-axis so large. And secondly, they just gave false temperatures, because I know the temperatures. I know exactly what the chart should look like, and it doesn't look like it should. With those temperatures, they're lying about the temperatures. So what I did was I went to Google, and when I did this a couple months ago, right? I saw this list of stuff, and here I'm going to do this new one now, since I couldn't, by luck, I found this in like seconds. I couldn't believe it. It was unreal, because I couldn't find anything last time, or the first time. It took me a while. Let me see here. All right. So, anyways, so I found it again. I can't believe it. Okay. This one is another government agency, right? What's that say there? National Weather Service, Gov, https www.wheather.gov. Okay. And now I'm going to click on it. Annual average temperature by year. Boop. And there's the chart. Oh, let me, hold on. And, just so you can see. See? wheather.gov, and here's the, let me go out on this. You can see the whole page there, but let me go a little bit further in. So it's about 4 pages. You have to scroll down to get. I'm gonna get this in close so you can read the numbers for sure. Okay, there you go. Now you can read it, because what they're going to do is they're going to get rid of this one too, because I'm going to tell you something else they're doing. Okay, let me scroll down real. Let this work, so I can record what's on here. And you saw where, whatever, down to 1892. Okay. Now look at that. Let's record that. And notice how, yeah, let's go back up here. Notice how nothing is above, what? 53? Nothing is above 53 degrees. Nothing. Look at these ones. Oh, there's a couple. 52 point, oh no. Let's see the highest number. 53. 53.5. 54.5. So let me go back up. I think it was 54. Wait, what was it? 54.5. So far, that's our highest. Now, 54.5. Nope, none there. So far, our highest is 54.5. 54.5. Is there any? Oh, went up to 55. Right here. $56.6. Oh, we're done. 56.6 is the highest it has ever gone. 56.6. Now, after this happened, all right, before I found the second chart, I went to Google, because 2 months ago when I got this chart, right, from the EPA, I went to Google and I Googled what was the average temperature for, and I didn't do 150 of them, okay? I probably did about 10, maybe even 20 of them. And they were all pretty much, they matched up. Google matched up with this chart all the way, okay? And Google agreed 56 degrees or 56 point whatever was the highest it's ever been in the last 150 years, right? This government agency here, whatever I just called them, the Weather Service or whatever, they agree too. And the average temperature of the Earth right now was at 52.2 when you Googled it, right? And what's it say here? 52.2. And what's it say 150 years ago? Instead of 52.3, it says 52.5. So it actually went down 0.3 degrees. It's actually 1/3 of a degree colder today, this year in 2024, than it was in 1875. But we got to worry about, because we got global warming. The last time I checked, global warming is supposed to make things warm, not 1/3 of a degree colder. Okay, but I'm not done with my story. All right. Now, when I knew that these were all meshed up with, they said the same thing as Google said, right? So after they took, when I went to the EPA thing today, and website, and this was replaced with a bogus chart that had numbers that were, this is the highest was what, 56.5 or something like that? Hey, let's go to Google. Let's go to Google. Let's start with 2024. See what it says. Is it going to give us a temperature like it did last time when I did this, when I first found that other chart that they now censored and replaced with a crap bogus chart? Well, let's see. Nope, it doesn't. It says, according to the current data, the average temperature of the Earth in 2024 is on the track to be the warmest on record. Now, we know that's already a lie because we know that we looked at the chart that was previously shown, and we Googled this before, right? And it told us a different story, okay? It said that the average temperature of the Earth this year was 52.3. So what's the deal with that? Then it gives you, it says in the August 2024 registering as one of the hottest, and then it tells you exceeding 1.5 above pre-industrial levels, okay? So they're not giving you a temperature, but they're giving you how much higher it is than what they are lying to you and saying it should be, right? Why won't they tell me what it is? Again, according to the whatever, blah, 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 the average temperature of the Earth in 2023 was approximately 1.81 or whatever degrees above the 20th century average. Oh, what am I doing? I'm not getting these on the thing. See what I'm Googling. Let's Google. Take this out a little bit. Okay. And now let's go to 2022. And remember, these used to, because when I checked the 10 or 20 temperatures, I did some in a lot of them in the, modern times, and then I went back into the past and did it for them too, just to see. Right? 2022. Again, nope, doesn't give you, it refuses to tell you what the temperature is. Google does, right? And it tells you that it's the warmest. Oh, this is the warmest on record. Oh, fifth warmest. Let me guess, next year it's going to be, when I go to 2021, it's going to say, instead of the fifth warmest, they're going to say it's the sixth warmest, right? Or the whatever. Here, let's see. Making it the sixth warmest year on record. Yeah, they refuse to give me the temperatures now. They were giving me temperatures before. Let's look at that chart again, right? Let's look at that chart. Let's go back, scroll it down, right? Let's see what they used to tell us. Let's see what the EPA and Google AI used to say, right? They used to actually give degrees. As you can see, these aren't the highest of anything, man. Now I'm going to do a second video, and I'm going to graph all these numbers. Now I've already showed you the numbers, so you can graph them too. And you'll see what the graph looks like. It don't look like a CO2 concentration chart. They don't line up. They don't correlate. But anyways, let's see. Average annual temperature for 2024 is 52.2, right? 52.2. Okay, fine. Let's see what Google says now. Average temp of the Earth. Now, it used to tell me, when I did this, it used to tell me that there was 52.3 degrees. Now let's see what it tells us. Oh, the average temperature there, 59 instead of 52 degrees. Wow. And I went all the way back to 2020. I went all the way back to 2000, and I did this. What was the average temp of the earth in 24, 23, 22, and I went all the way down to 2000. Some of them do tell you the temperature, okay? Instead of that mumbo jumbo telling you it's so many degrees above the the average 20th century temperature, you know what I mean? And they redid it too. They put it up high like this, you know what I mean? It can't be 59. It's never been 59 degrees in the last 150 years.